The next couple of pay-per-views for WWE will be international, as WWE is going to Saudi for the King and Queen of the Ring, and then on to Glasgow, Scotland for Clash at the Castle, which I am very excited about. But the excitement for fans attending that show is not there due to the high ticket prices. Fan outrage over the UK ticket prices to enter Clash at the Castle. What the hell is going on, and why is WWE charging an arm and a leg to attend their international shows? I got all that and more right here on Off the Script. Also, WWE could potentially be looking to take WrestleMania international, not for the United Kingdom, but could we see WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? And a major pay-per-view change that I personally do not like, and Dana White from UFC gave us a glimpse as to the new change that WWE may be doing for their PLEs. All this plus so much more right here on today's Off the Script. And we will start with WWE. Monday Night Raw will stay on the USA Network going into the fourth quarter, and then beyond with Netflix and the deal for them starting in January. WWE is heading into new territory as they prepare to stream Monday Night Raw on Netflix, which I'm very excited about, in January 2025. Now, the $5 billion deal was made on January 23rd of this year, with fans curious and skeptical about the brand moving exclusively to streaming. Now, while the company plans to move Monday Night Raw off of TV, fans became aware that its deal with the USA Network would end in September, leaving Monday Night Raw without a home on cable television. Now, WWE not having an agreement in place would have left the brand without a home until January 2025, when they moved to Netflix, and the rumor was that WWE would be moving Raw to Peacock. However, TKO Group Holdings has announced that they've reached a new deal for Monday Night Raw in the fourth quarter, a $25 million deal with NBC Universal to keep Monday Night Raw on the USA Network for the rest of the year. TKO shared their 2024 first quarter results this week and revealed that Monday Night Raw would be staying on the USA Network for the fourth quarter of 2024. The deal will also allow NBC Universal to have Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown on the same network, on USA Network, later this year. Now, it's unclear if WWE actually may have considered other possible suitors to host Monday Night Raw for at least 3 or 4 months. However, this may be a win for fans, as both brands will be on the network until Raw moves to Netflix in January. It will also allow fans to slowly transition from cable to streaming to watch their favorite shows, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I don't mind this at all. Actually, I think it's a great win for WWE. They suck a little bit more money out of NBCU. They get $25 million for the 3-4 months that they're going to remain over there. And the most important thing, the transition. How many years now has WWE found its home on the USA Network? They don't have to go to a new network. They don't have to find a new home for the temporary. They could stay right where everybody knows to find them anyway on a weekly basis. So Raw staying on USA Network, which is a win. Everybody knows Monday Night Raw on USA Network. And then Friday Night SmackDown's coming over to USA Network with the new deal that will span the next 5 years as they're transitioning the move from Fox over to USA Network. It's a win-win situation. I love it. I have no problem with that. I think it's a smart move for WWE. Now, as SmackDown is concerned, SmackDown will be airing on the USA Network in October, and WWE plans to keep Friday Night SmackDown on Friday when they move to the USA Network in October of 2024, according to Dave Meltzer. The move is somewhat surprising because Friday is a very competitive night, and USA has more flexibility to move the show than Fox does. WWE had the option to schedule SmackDown on any day of the week, such as Wednesday or Thursday, which typically faced less sports competition compared to Fridays. Specifically, moving SmackDown to Wednesdays would have been one hell of a strategic move. As you guys know, there's another wrestling promotion on Wednesday nights. Sure, Tony Khan wouldn't have been okay with that move, which obviously Dynamite airs on TBS on Wednesdays. Now, WWE is embarking on new television rights agreements beginning in October 2024. NXT will transition to the CW while SmackDown shifts to the USA Network. Now, Friday Night SmackDown is set to air on USA beginning September 13th, 2024. It will not initially begin in October. September 13th, 2024. NBC has agreed to pay $287 million annually for the U.S. broadcasting rights to SmackDown, totaling over $1.4 billion on a 5-year deal. Additionally, NXT secured a 5-year deal agreement with the CW network, valued at between $20 million and $25 million per year, which is a win for WWE for that brand. This deal represents a 70% increase from its previous contract with NBCU for NXT on the USA Network. Now, the reason why WWE is not beginning SmackDown on USA in October as originally planned, and they're aiming for that September 13th date, Dave Meltzer says in the Observer newsletter that Fox was going to move September episodes of SmackDown to FS1 due to college football. USA agreed to take the show early, air it on September 13th, so that SmackDown could be on its normal night, on its new network, on its normal network, instead of being shifted around where WWE is going to have loss of fans and interest, and the transition is going to be all over the place. The network is in more U.S. homes than FS1 as well. So USA Network is in more homes than FS1. So I want you guys to understand that with both Raw and SmackDown on the same network, Raw is going to remain on USA Network from September all the way up until January. Then they transition to Netflix. SmackDown is moving from Fox to USA Network, and they'll be on USA Network earlier. They were supposed to be there in October. They're going to be there now, debuting September 13th, because Fox was going to transition SmackDown for most of that month to FS1. WWE didn't want that. They didn't want to be preempted by college football. USA took SmackDown and WWE early and is finding a home and a place for them early on September 13th. So WWE is setting their game right. They're getting their pieces in place for what is going to be a huge year for them as they are shifting homes. And then obviously with the Netflix deal coming into effect in January, which, like I said, I am very, very excited about. Win-win situations for WWE all around. Now, the one thing that I was hoping would change was WWE shifting SmackDown off of Friday night. I would have loved for WWE to shift SmackDown to a Tuesday. In fact, I thought they were actually going to do that and move SmackDown to a Tuesday. It was heavily implied and heavily rumored that WWE might want to keep things a little bit more consistent. Monday night, going into Tuesday night, going into Wednesday nights. The idea, the rumor was that WWE was going to have Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, and then NXT on Wednesday. I was very certain that WWE would be doing head-to-head with AEW with NXT on Wednesdays. The Monday to Tuesday, Raw to SmackDown dynamic. I figured that WWE might be doing this to save on travel costs. It would make travel for the production team a little bit more easier from one city to the next in the same area, going from Monday to Tuesday instead of doing Monday in one city and then Friday in another city and then SmackDown and Raw completely separated. I thought it was going to be very fluid with Monday going into Tuesday. In fact, I also thought that if they didn't move NXT to Wednesday, I thought they were going to do Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, and then move NXT to Friday nights as they operate out of the Performance Center. And they could be on any night because they operate in the same building with the same crew every single week. In fact, greediness, the greedy part of me, I would have loved to see that Monday going into Tuesday, which would kind of fuck up my Tuesday Night Titans gimmick on Tuesday. We might have to move that to Thursday if that's the case. Maybe now that I'm mentioning it, everything staying the same is probably best for my content schedule. I was thinking maybe if we do NXT on Friday, I'd be able to cover NXT a little bit more for you guys on Friday. Thursday honestly would be the best night for SmackDown. Just being greedy as a content creator. Monday for Raw, Thursday for SmackDown, Friday for NXT. I don't really see WWE changing what they have going on right now, but I thought that they would be changing nights for SmackDown, but apparently it's not going to be the case. But that is going to be the schedule. Monday, Raw, Friday, SmackDown, and then Tuesday is going to be NXT. So they're just shifting networks. USA Network is going to have Raw and SmackDown for now before Raw goes over to Netflix, and then CW gets NXT. So it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for some, but I think this is a win-win situation for WWE. Dana White. PLEs will move back to Sundays in the TKO brand weekends. Dana White appeared at a post-show press conference following UFC Fight Night in St. Louis, and when asked about plans for UFC and his Power Slap promotions, which I'm surprised is still even a thing, to host events over the same weekend, White shared news about the change for WWE's premium live events. He says, and I quote, "We already have those dates set up right now where Power Slap goes on Friday and UFC goes on Saturday. And then you're going to see Friday Night Power Slap, Saturday UFC, and Sunday WWE. You'll start seeing that stuff too. For decades, WWE hosted PLEs on Sundays. The change came thanks to WWE President Nick Khan, who felt that the big sports events were better on Saturday nights, which I agree with. Speaking on the Recode Media podcast with Peter Kafka, Khan discussed the success of the move. He says, "We think the ticket sales are reflective of that success. We have a big audience coming out on Saturday and a big gate to go along with it," end quote. Now, it's unclear when WWE will make the move back to Sunday nights, but this isn't the only change from the normal plans for PLEs. In recent years, WWE has embraced hosting events outside of North America. In addition to the biannual Saudi shows, WWE's hosted events like Clash of the Castle in Cardiff. This year, they're doing it in Glasgow, Scotland. Money in the Bank in London, and Backlash in France. So WWE's next European event will be Glasgow in Scotland this coming June for Clash of the Castle, and WWE Bash in Berlin, which is set for August. Now, the reason why they're doing this is because they have the bigger picture in mind. WWE, under the TKO umbrella, WWE and UFC being the two biggest sports entities in the entire world, they are going to combo package UFC and WWE, this is my prediction, combo package UFC tickets to whatever they're doing on Saturday and WWE on Sunday, and they're going to try and make that a possibility where you go to one and then you could go to the other. Or WWE is going to really ramp up the site fees for their products, for the WWE product and the UFC products, and combine them as a mega tag team, which is going to up the site fees for whatever city is going to host and place a bid on these specific events. Imagine WWE's running a Royal Rumble in said city, and they're charging whatever they're charging for a site fee. How much more is that site fee going to be when you got not only the Royal Rumble, but a UFC pay-per-view on the same weekend, Saturday UFC, going into Sunday's Royal Rumble? How much more is that site fee going to be for said hosting city? How much more revenue is WWE, UFC, and TKO going to take in with the combo package there for making that a destination weekend? That's exactly what they're going for. Now, as a content creator, again, I prefer shows on a Saturday. I prefer Saturday night. I feel like it's a bigger night. I feel like Saturday night just goes hand in hand with major sporting events like Nick Khan said. Sunday night, sometimes we as fans struggle. We got to get up early Monday morning. You guys have to go to your jobs Monday morning. whatever the case may be. Sunday going into Monday with a AEW pay-per-view, for example, is a fucking killer. Those shows don't end till midnight, and then you got to go to sleep, get up the next morning at 6 o'clock to do what you got to do on a Monday morning. For me, I'm doing the 12 p.m. start for the stream. I ain't getting done till 3 o'clock. I'm not in bed till 4 o'clock. I mean, on a Saturday night going into Sunday, I could sleep all day Sunday. Just looking at it from my POV, I enjoy it more on a Saturday going into Sunday instead of a Sunday going into Monday. So WWE may be moving away from that in light of making more money for said destination city. Site fees go up, combo both events, and make it a huge spectacle on a monthly basis. Or maybe they just go along with the Big Five. I don't know what they do. Maybe WWE runs in the international markets as well for the UFC. I'm not sure how likely that is. But most of these are going to be on a Sunday night. So Dana White giving you a glimpse into a possible change for WWE along the way. For WWE and UFC and TKO, it's a no-brainer. For us, common folk, we may not like it too much, and we have to get used to something new all over again. Speaking of international, WWE is getting slammed with people upset about obscenely high ticket prices for Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. Now, the June 15th show, Clash at the Castle, will mark WWE's first premium live event in Scotland, and it will be preceded by SmackDown in the same building. Both shows will take place at the historic OVO Hydro in Scotland's largest city of Glasgow. Now, much has been said about the prices for tickets for Clash at the Castle in Scotland. The event is the most expensive WWE event in company history for a get-in price. Dave Meltzer has reported this. The obscene prices, which start at $375 US for just one night, has left many fans simply unable to attend. Mark Dallas, who is the founder of ICW, a Scottish-based promotion that has hosted Drew McIntyre, Piper Niven, and other top WWE superstars, he spoke to the BBC, Dallas was pleased about the event, but acknowledged the high prices for fans, as he tells the BBC. He says, "It's fantastic that finally WWE are bringing one of their big events to Glasgow. It's long overdue. I think it's a real shame that there's not more affordable tickets going to the back of the venue, at least," end quote. Journalist Ross Brady is among those who found themselves left out of the show despite it being near to him because of the ticket prices. He says, "I'll have to watch it on TV and save myself some money. I am a proper fan of this, but I'll need to miss this one that's 20 minutes down the road because I'm just not paying these high prices." Many fans have been forced to miss the upcoming Clash at the Castle. A WWE spokesperson was asked for comment on the concern over ticket prices. They noted that cheaper individual tickets had been made available, but did not state how many tickets were available at this discounted price. Scotland is not the only European event to feature eye-poppingly high prices. The recent WWE Backlash in France event provided WWE with its largest gate for an arena show ever in company history, thanks to the high cost of tickets. Unfortunately, these high prices have left countless fans missing out from attending. This is what you get when you get a company in WWE that is as hot as we could ever remember for a ticket, at least since the Attitude Era. Now, the prices and the economy back in that day and age are not the prices in the economy today, currently, for the WWE product. Everything is up. Inflation is up. The cost of living is up. Everything is up. WWE right now knows that their product is hot. WWE knows that their product is in demand. WWE knows they've never held a show in Glasgow, Scotland. So they have you by the balls. If you want to attend the first ever show in Glasgow, Scotland for a PLE, then you will pay whatever they are asking for. And they know people will buy. Not everybody's going to be able to get in. Not everybody's going to be able to afford this ticket. But for the simple fact that they are hot, they feel like they can charge whatever they want. For the simple fact that WWE is entering this country for the first time on PLE, they will be able to charge whatever they want, and they know the fans out there will say no, and there are many fans out there that will say, all right, I don't give a shit. Here's my money. I'm not missing this show. The joys of a demand that is so high for a product that WWE can do whatever the fuck they want. And WWE gets kickback on that. They get to brag to everybody that this was the highest grossing show in WWE history, the highest grossing show here, the highest grossing show there. They'll use that to push whatever narrative to continue to tell you how hot the product is. It's a vicious cycle. It really is. And people will pay. You know, the ticket for France, what was it, $500 a pop? WWE could have charged $700 a pop and people still would have paid because it was the first time ever. They don't give a shit. WWE knows that these places are thirsty, starving for content. They will do whatever they feel like they can get away with, and people will pay it, which is also one of the reasons they're not going to let you know that. Also, one of the reasons why they're visiting these places for the first time, because they know it's an easy in. They sell 30,000 tickets to Glasgow, Scotland. Clash of the Castle. WWE walks away fucking robbing the bank with a smile on their face. They don't give a shit. That venue in Lyon, France held 10,000 people. 10,000 people for a fucking show. Highest grossing arena show in WWE history due to the ticket prices. You don't think WWE could have fit 15,000 people in a fucking place and that place would have been sold out? You don't think WWE could have gone 20,000 and they would have sold out no matter what. No matter what, because they know they got everybody by the balls. First time ever, hot product. It's such a fucking eye-opening business model, man. It's like, oh, how could they do this? But they can. They know they can, and they will willingly take that and walk away with it with a smile on their face, man. I'm not surprised by this at all. All I give a shit about is if these people are paying that type of money, and I know the UK fans are going to bring the energy, if they're paying this type of money on June 15th to attend Clash of the Castle, man, I want you to outdo what Lyon, France did for Backlash, man. I'm going to need you to raise the bar as far as fans in attendance are concerned. I'm looking forward to the show, man. Should be a bigger show than what we got at Backlash. Backlash was basically a SmackDown pay-per-view, 5 matches. I'm looking for Clash of the Castle to really be a huge show for them, taking place with major storylines, major storyline implications. Fans are going to be there, energetic. I'm looking forward to it, man. But WWE's going to be able to get away with this because of the nature of the product right now and the fact that they're entering these countries for the first time. They know they got everybody by the balls. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you enjoyed today's content, please make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. I would appreciate if you can do that. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes today on OTS. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications and go check out all the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it to catch up on, and we will begin a brand new week starting Monday, night 2, or week 2, I should say, for Monday Night Raw, King and Queen of the Ring, as we now enter the semifinals of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments on Monday night. I will be here to cover it all right here live on YouTube on the Off the Script post show. Guys, thank you so very much. Enjoy your Sundays, and I'll see you right back here live tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.